So let's get started. Okay, let me do this. All right. So this matchup, we have like both teams. They're playing the. Okay, let me actually solve some technical issues and that. Okay, so we have gladiators. They're running like the same comp as dragons. They're running like the Ball Tracer Sombra comp with like the standard other three heroes, like which is gonna be Diva, Brigzen, and I've seen some teams they ran Sigma on this map, but I don't like Sigma on this map because there are like even though there are like long sight lines for you to exploit, the only problem with it is like I'd say like first of all, having a diva to I mean it's okay like to play Sigma here, but like with how like even though this map is like vertically really like long sight lines, that's why you see like a lot of Widow on this map. Um horizontally, like Sigma does like maps with a lot of good off angles that he can take to look to like spam down the backline better. And on this map, you can't really do that. Like for example, backlines here, then you're going to have to like you can't really like reach them that easily from like over here, for example. And there's no like third lane for you to use like over here to look to spam down like a backline who's positioning over here. So and also like another thing with Sigma is just that like since the map is so compact and has like really easy flanks. Like it's gonna be very easy for like the enemy team to like access your backline. It isn't like Busan like Sanctuary where like the distances are so long that like you might be able to get away with Sigma before like their ball tracer Sombra is just going to like annoy the fuck out of your backline, which the Diva does is much better against. Because defense matrix and like just a higher HP pool to and like better close range damage to try to like peel off those threats. So, um, let's take a look at what both teams are gonna do in this first round. Yep, first round. I mean, so we're gonna talk about like the three phases of a ball tracer sombra mirror. So the first phase is going to be the rollout, and sorry for the pun, but the rollout, especially on like the first fight, is extremely important because this is when the map isn't filled yet. This is when like both teams have no control, and that's like your chance to like just gobble as much space as possible, so that when both teams are actually starting to fight, you have an advantage at the start, and that advantage, if you manage it correctly, it snowballs like really like well, like especially in a neutral fight where they can't just like throw curveballs at you to try to like punish you for taking space. So you can be really greedy with trying to like take flanks and stuff. And like they're not gonna be able to just like run into you with ultimates and try to end your push on the flanks. So like the rollout, extremely important. And the team that has a cleaner rollout, 60-70% of the time will win the fight, like in a neutral fight. And let's go over like the next stage though after the rollout. So after a rollout, there's gonna be like this distinct like laning phase because you can't just dive this. Like you can't just like quote unquote dive the backline. Like that's not how the ball comp really works. Like diving, like engaging is an opportunistic thing where like, if you have the ultimates or like the control, you can like try like go for eliminations. But like the heart of the ball comp is during this laning phase where both teams are just trying to take space. And like this is like a two-lane map. Like there is like a point like the point, but this point is like if you control like these two lanes, you also control the point by default because these are really strong positions to harass anyone who tries to step on point. If you do not control like these areas of the map, or to lesser extent, well, it would be nice to control like these areas, but if you don't control like these areas of the map, then the enemy team is just going to like fucking fleece you when you try to step on a point. So like these are the two like lanes that you have to worry about. This is like a really narrow map, but like it still matters. It still matters like if you have like good control of both of these sides. And in particular, okay, shit, I have to do some.